Test. Hello, do you hear me? Test. Yes. Yo, what up guys, and welcome back towards this new video here on the channel. And on today's video I will be talking about Bitcoin, and I will be going over some very interesting charts. I will be talking as well about some very interesting news articles, and of course I will be talking a little bit about Terra and how they are planning to screw up all the new buyers that came in recently in the past 72 hours. So guys, make sure to check out this video here, this live stream. It's going to be an absolutely exciting one because we're going to go over all this general market knowledge and over this general market stuff. So yeah, without any further ado, make sure to right away slap off that like button. It will be definitely highly appreciated. I was having some issues with my microphone, and that is why I started a little bit later, so do absolutely excuse me for that. But everything worked out here absolutely perfect. But let's jump right away in towards the price section. And I see right away people already saying, but someone is saying this is a bear trap or a bull trap, and I will be explaining about what my thoughts are here. To be very clear, I don't really think Bitcoin is all too strong right now on the imminent short term. That is a thing I want to be, of course, pointing out right away here, because if we're looking at the 1 hour time frame for on Bitcoin, we can clearly see we are losing momentum. So on the 1 hour and 4 hourly time frame, what we can see over here is that price section is still in the downtrend, right? We can clearly see this is, of course, no science or whatsoever. This is no rocket science. Everyone can see this. Price section is, of course, coming down. RSI is climbing up here. We are definitely seeing a bearish bias continuation structure getting formed here. And to be very clear, imminent short term is not looking all too strong here. And of course, I wouldn't be all too extremely bullish as long as we're not going to see such kind of a reversal signal. So please don't understand me incorrectly, but I will be pointing out in today's video, on today's live stream, why I do think on the larger scale that this is indeed a bear trap here. That indeed many people are selling off in a region where I don't really think that this is the right time to be selling off your Bitcoin. So make sure to stick with me. I will be discussing everything, but let's first go over these lower time frames, right? So momentum looks to be climbing for Bitcoin. Price action looks to be decreasing. This could be also, and we can clearly see over here, it's not really a strong bounce that I would like to see here. We're still forming that lower high on the market. If Bitcoin can really break above, like I told you already yesterday, above the 31.3k target, I am definitely going to become bullish here. And of course, what I will be as well do, if we can't break above it, I will be definitely short the resistance. What I will be doing here, Bitcoin comes down here and it comes back up towards the resistance, and we're not going to be breaking above it. We're going to short it, because that is going to be probably lead towards a continuation towards the downside once again for Bitcoin. So far not had a retest, so that's the reason why I don't really would like to, of course, trade it right now. At the same time as well, there is a possibility that Bitcoin on that 4 hourly time frame can be creating a left shoulder and head and a potential right shoulder over here, what could be leading towards higher targets on the market. So I am definitely looking forward towards what we're currently going to be experiencing from this price section right here on Bitcoin. But personally, it can literally go each direction, and that is why I am extremely careful with that imminent short term of Bitcoin right now, right? Bitcoin can indeed come down a little bit more. It can indeed come up a little bit more here. But what we should be doing here is, of course, make up our mind about what our strategy is basically right now for Bitcoin, right? And my strategy is here to accumulate as much Bitcoin as I possibly can below the $30,000 because I personally see this as an, of course, huge opportunity in this market. And then before going into other charts, I want to be talking about this exact chart, what in my opinion clearly shows how markets behave themselves here. This is a clear market behavior chart here. On the left side of the screen, you can see Bitcoin trading back in 2021 and 2022, where it has been basically going sideways for the past approximately 500 days. And on the right side of the screen, you can see the S&P 500 between 2001 and 2009. And do clearly see about how these charts come together with each other. Very similar moves on how these move towards the top, come down towards the bottom in a very fast pace there, and also really break that support to, of course, create more panic across the market. And that is, for me, of course, a big similarity on how Bitcoin is looking right now. And to be, of course, extremely clear here, I don't really think Bitcoin necessarily has been bottoming out here. That is not necessarily what I'm saying. Bitcoin can for sure potentially come down a little bit more closer. And like you can see here, I think we should be measuring this stage on the lower side exactly the same as the stage here on the top side. It can potentially take maybe 4 or 5 weeks that Bitcoin is going to be trading on this region between the 27 towards 30,000 US dollars. It's going to reaccumulate, of course, redistribute basically between long and short-term holders, and then we're going to start to create a move towards the upside or downside here. So for me, I personally think there is, of course, a likely scenario that Bitcoin is going to consolidate for a while over here. But if we're going to compare these charts to each other, this is a very clear fake out structure. And of course, guys, if you don't know already, if you do know the structure, correction, flat, correction, let me see, a flat correction. So if you don't know this pattern here, this is the flat correction pattern, and I'm quickly searching it up on Google here, so I can show you guys what I exactly mean by this here. That is basically a pattern that always tends to be creating fake outs, and this is exactly what we're currently having. We're seeing basically 1.5 year consolidation. I can't seem to find it right now, sorry for my bad preparation, but what we can basically see is that Bitcoin has been trading sideways for the past 500 days, what you can see here on the left side. And do you really think it's going to be breaking below this range here? There's so much interest across Bitcoin. There's so much innovation taking place in the cryptocurrency industry. There are big institutions stepping in towards crypto. We're seeing big ETFs getting approved every single day. Yesterday, of course, we had the Australian ETF getting live here, or was it already 2 days ago? Time goes fast in crypto. Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought it was yesterday or even the day before. I don't know, but what we can see is that many of these ETFs, and of course this Australia ETF was a spot-based ETF, are getting approved right now, and we're seeing the adoption growing massively for Bitcoin. So that is why I don't really think we are really likely to be breaking down even further than this. Also, do take in consideration, big institutions are underwater right now, like Tesla, like MicroStrategies. They, of course, all bought above the 30K region. That was their average buy price for Bitcoin. And since we're right now underwater of that, what do you think that these big institutions are doing if they get the opportunity to be buying cheaper than MicroStrategies and Tesla? Or even what those ventures are doing themselves here. So this is, of course, a huge opportunity, in my opinion. Bitcoin trading below the support range, a low not seen since 500 days here, and Bitcoin has never seen so much interest from institutional investors than 500 days ago, right? Because they are also seeing the opportunities where Bitcoin can really go towards. At the same time, while Bitcoin is breaking down, we can see market is currently trading in an approximately 9% fear rate. So we are trading an extreme fear ratio in this market for today, yesterday as well, and last week as well. We have been trading in an extreme fear region. And that is, for me, of course, making up the feeling that this is, of course, not too bad of an opportunity, of course. So I am definitely taking this, I don't call this a breakdown, but this fake out breakdown potentially with a grain of salt. And still, I am buying more and more. And I don't care if Bitcoin is going to come down to 20K, because then I didn't call the bottom. Because calling a bottom is extremely hard. So what am I doing? I'm dollar cost averaging. And if like people are only going to be buying Bitcoin at 20K, everyone says, oh no, I'm only going to be buying Bitcoin at 20K. You're potentially going to be missing a 27K buy on Bitcoin, what is already extremely cheap. So that is why I dollar cost average in here, and I now don't necessarily always going to be waiting for the perfect price to be buying my Bitcoin, because I'm anyways in for the long run here. And that's anyways going to be making it very well here. So I definitely look forward towards where Bitcoin is going to be trading towards in the coming months ahead of ourselves. But personally, this is, of course, a very similar pattern. And also do notice that this level was also previously around resistance. It was also support. And here we broke below it and we faked out. And what happened afterwards? We created one of the most craziest rallies for the S&P 500 in history. Look at how parabolic we went here. This is, of course, also for Bitcoin. Like, it's a major opportunity. And especially since these charts are just, they are rhyming. Like, history doesn't repeat itself, but it is rhyming, and that is what we're currently seeing here. S&P 500 looks so similar to Bitcoin. For me, this is a no-brainer. This is a typical pattern that's the markets that tend to be creating. And talking about classic stock market, guys, Look at this chart. This is the Apple chart, and I've already discussed Apple yesterday. Maybe you think we're talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. What does Apple has to do with this? Quite a lot here, because Apple has an approximately ratio of 13% from the S&P 500, and I've been warning you guys for it. Apple is probably going to be bouncing very hard from this red box of support, and let me make it green for a little bit more easier purposes, right? So what we can see, previous resistance, flipped into support, retest, could be potentially, of course, moon mission from here on. So this is, of course, an extremely lovely region where we bounce from. Of course, markets are right now closed since it is weekend. But yeah, I mean, I've warned you guys for it. This was a likely region to be bouncing from, and that's also the reason why Bitcoin did bounce 20% towards that upside region. And for me on right now, there could be a very big possibility that, of course, Apple is going to see, of course, further growth towards that upside target from here on. So do take it with a grain of salt, of course, but this could be, of course, spelling some positivity for technology stocks here, and this could also spell some positivity for basically the S&P 500. And yeah, that is definitely a thing that I love to see here, because yeah, I mean, I'm an optimistic person, and I love to see optimism come towards the markets. Then also looking at the daily chart for Bitcoin, you can clearly see Bitcoin, of course, breaking down like crazy. But is this the time to be worrying? I mean, many people are selling against a loss. That's what we know here. And I don't know, I saw some people calling this is a bull trap. I don't really see a bullish price action, so I don't really call this a bull trap, because the price action went only down here and Bitcoin almost have not bounced here yet. So I don't really can call this a bull trap. I don't know if you do know the definition of a bull trap, but no, this is definitely not a bull trap. Look at this. We're not even having a bounce. Let's say if Bitcoin bounces back up to 37K, yeah, you can potentially call it's a bull trap, but this is not a bull trap yet. This is more rather a bear trap. Why? Is because we're seeing a massive amount of people selling their Bitcoins against a loss here right now. And Bitcoin is, of course, traded below a region, not seen for very well. And I just explained it in this chart about why this could be a very big and one of the most craziest bull traps, bear traps Bitcoin has ever created in its history. So what I see on the daily time frame right now, if I'm going to zoom in here, and if I'm going to be setting up a horizontal line on this level right here, you can see we bounce from it here, we bounce from it here, perfect bounce here in June 2021 here. And what are we seeing right now? We're holding on towards this range here. So what is going to be very important for Bitcoin over here on the daily time frame is going to be the 28.7k target, right? 28.7k is definitely the level to be witnessing right now here. If we do break below the 28.7k, yeah, it definitely is going to be spelling some trouble for Bitcoin. But as long as it is holding on towards that target, I personally think Bitcoin is still looking pretty all right here, because it's basically holding up towards the lows of January and, of course, the summer low over there. And you know what's funny here? I've been one of the most bullish persons here in this correction over here. I did shorted the market from, I did short this, you know, I literally shorted this peak over here. Everyone called me crazy. I literally opened a short, and you can see it back on my channel. I longed the whole period over here in the market, made insane profits. I shorted and I sold my Bitcoins on this top region over here. Sorry, no, excuse me. This top region over here, because it was spelling weakness in the chart here. Look at this RSI. I was explaining RSI is in a downtrend. Price action is coming up. We are losing momentum, right? And I've been bullish over here, and this has been clearly been a mistake, right? I've been bullish over here. I've been buying Bitcoin over here. That has been clearly a mistake. I totally admit that sometimes traders make mistakes. That's true. Sometimes traders make mistakes. But what I don't get here is that people are extremely bearish over here. Well, the risk to reward is so extremely high for Bitcoin right now. It is a measurement on how much risk you're going to be taking right now for the potential reward that you could get here. And for me on right here, this is of course an extremely good setup. Extreme low risk here, extreme high rewards, and that is why I'm currently accumulating more Bitcoin, and that is currently why I'm extremely bullish about Bitcoin over here, and that's currently also the reason why I don't think it's an average bad price for it to be buying Bitcoin. Also, to take in consideration, Bitcoin is oversold on the daily time frame. What always happened once Bitcoin was oversold on the daily time frame, it was actually a good time to be buying Bitcoin for the imminent short term over there. And also do take in consideration, look at this daily bullish divergence. Bitcoin, of course, formed a lower low in the price section on the daily chart, and of course formed a higher low in the RSI. Clearly, daily bullish divergence, of course, not my most favorite one, because I do see weakness on the lower time frames, like I discussed in the beginning of this video, right? RSI climbing, price action coming down, definitely weakness in the chart. But that is basically on how I am currently, basically approaching these charts right here. Then also take in consideration this daily falling wedge pattern. I'm currently still witnessing this pattern to be playing out here. So far, we're holding on towards the lower side of support. I will be actively, of course, monitor this chart here. If we're going to be breaking down, it's definitely going to be bearish. But I mean, the likelihood of Bitcoin really bouncing from this region is way higher than Bitcoin falling another 10,000 US dollars. The likelihood of Bitcoin moving up 10,000 US dollars is way bigger than Bitcoin moving down another 10,000 US dollars from now on. Why? It's because this. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. And let me see if this is the right chart. No, this is not the right chart. Let me go to the right chart. This is a good chart. Why is the likelihood and the potential towards the upside for Bitcoin higher than towards the downside right now? Let me quickly explain this. Let me start off with every single correction since here in 2017. 2017 peak to low here, dropped 70%. What happened after that 70% correction? We moved up 100%. So, 70% correction, moved up 100%. Pretty good, right? Here, we created a high to the low, moved down 63% of the market, and afterwards, Bitcoin moved up an approximately 344%, right? So we are moving up and down every single time in these markets. Here, of course, we create a new peak in the market. We came down massively. This was, of course, all due to the pandemic crash here. And afterwards, we create another rally towards the upside of an approximately 1600% movement towards the upside, right? So Bitcoin comes down 70% to 60%, moves up exponentially. Then, going further in towards the analysis, we are currently seeing here back in April 2021 here, Bitcoin formed a high here, came down towards the low, it retraced all the way down with a 55% correction towards the downside. Then it formed a low, and of course it moved up all the way back up here, 85% towards a new high in the market. That was absolutely crazy, of course. That was absolutely ridiculous. And then from that high towards the low, we moved down another 25%. And afterwards, we once again moved up another 74%. What happened from off that high here? Bitcoin moved down once again another 52% here. So 52% correction, but after every big correction, there follows a big rally. 46% movement towards the upside. Then from that 46% movement towards the upside, we're currently seeing a 47% move correction. Is this the bottom? I'm not sure. I'm not sure this is the exact bottom for Bitcoin, right? I am not going to say that. We don't know it. We don't know if the exact bottom is M, because I can guarantee you almost no one is going to be able to tell you where the exact bottom is here. But what I can tell you is the risk to reward. Is the risk so high to not buy Bitcoin right here? No, I don't think so. I think the upside potential is way bigger right now than the lower side potential. There's just very big potential for Bitcoin right now, and also take in consideration this here, what I will be showing you right now. If I'm going to the daily time frame and look at every single time Bitcoin creates these big wicks, right? So here we create a big wick. What happened afterwards? Bitcoin moved towards the upside. Indeed, Bitcoin moved up after that. Here, Bitcoin created a big wick on the lower side. Bitcoin moved up afterwards. And I'm not saying that we are going up towards the moon, towards the all-time highs. No, 3 minute short term. Here, I'm right now talking about imminent short term, of course. So here, Bitcoin creates a big wick from a correction. And also, do note, every single time we create these big wicks here, correction move down here, correction move down here, correction move down here, big wick getting created. So what can we at least expect right now on this market? An imminent short-term bounce here. Relief rally, a little bit of a rally. I'm not saying we have to be moving up to 60k, 70k. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying at least a relief rally towards 36,000 US dollars is going to be likely. And I'm talking about this region over here, right? This previous support region could be right and flip into some resistance right now for Bitcoin. And that is the reason I'm currently not really thinking the potential towards the downside is so big compared to the potential towards the upside. Also, really taking in consideration on how the current funding rates are looking, it is not really that big of a risk, of course, to look towards the upside for Bitcoin right now. And also taking consideration, I'm looking at the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame is going to close in 1 day and 17 hours from now on. And this will be, of course, for me, a pretty important weekly close to look at. Because, yeah, is this weekly close going to be happening in the middle of this box here? I will be neutral. If it happens above the 32k here, I will be extremely bullish. If Bitcoin can pump on the Sunday before its weekly close, this will be, of course, result in an extremely bullish weekly close for Bitcoin, and that could be, of course, result in, of course, more bullish price action following in the weeks afterwards. But also do note that Bitcoin is, in the first time in its history, going to be setting 7 weekly red candles in a row here. It has never done that before in its entire history, so that is actually pretty cool to see here, even though it's a bad thing. I mean, for the first time, setting 7 red candles in a row is pretty epic for Bitcoin to do. And of course, after rain, always follows sunshine. So of course, I know these times are a little bit tougher, but of course, what I always say here, in the most toughest periods in the market, I think I personally get the most energy. And I'm not your father, I'm not your teacher, but in periods where everything is going shit. So right now everything is going shit because there's war in the world. There is, of course, the crypto is going shit. The stocks are plummeting, and in these periods it's harder to get motivation to like work hard or something. I do totally get that, because you're losing money, you're not making any money, and that's annoying. It makes you lose motivation. But this is the time where you should turn in that negative energy. You should turn that negative energy into positive energy to grow your business, because this is the time where the biggest businesses are started. The biggest innovation is taking place in crypto, and that is why I invest in crypto, right? I invest in places where the biggest innovation takes place, and that is crypto. I invest in the long term. I don't care if Bitcoin is going to come down a little bit more over here. I care about where Bitcoin is going to be trading about in approximately 2 to 3 years from now on. 2 years from now, we're going to get the Bitcoin halving. What will be happening with Bitcoin? I mean, I can already tell you it is going to trade higher than this level that we're currently trading on. And of course, what we can also see, RSI downtrend on the weekly time frame. We've got several touch points here. We got one here, second one here, third one here, and the fourth one here, and the fifth one over here. Is this once again, guys? Look at this. Oh my damn, I see this for the first time right now. This is absolutely crazy. This is absolutely ridiculous what I'm currently seeing, guys. I'm doing some live charting with you guys out there, and I'm just seeing a huge signal getting spelled across this market, right? So we're seeing this downtrend on the RSI getting formed here. And of course, Bitcoin has to be bouncing a little bit here. Will be, of course, absolutely amazing if it can do so. So let me set this up correctly, right? Bitcoin forms a 1 over here. So this is the 1. I will call this the 1. Let me make this orange. Let me make the opacity 100, and this is the 1. So this is number 1. You can see here. This is the low of number 1. Then we form a second low in the market. This is number 2, right? This is number 2. And on the RSI, we're forming a number 1 over here. We're forming number 1, and we're forming number 2. So we're forming number 1 and 2 over here. That basically really kickstarted this rally towards the upside, right? Like you can see over here, number 1 and 2, reaccumulation, a redistribution from weak hands to strong hands. That is basically what happened. And then what are we seeing over here? We're seeing a 1 getting created here. First initial correction after a heavy movement down here, heavy movement down, correction phase. We're coming down. We are regathering some strength. We move up here as well, regathering some strength. We move up, and then we have another correction, and here as well another correction. And then we're going to look where is the 2 going to get found here. We don't know exactly where the 2 will be here, but so far it looks to be, if we're going to be comparing it towards the RSI, this is clearly going to be the 2 here on the market, right? We are forming a very similar pattern, and that is pretty interesting what we are currently seeing over here, right? So 1 and 2 getting formed once again. Is this a similar reaccumulation schedule? I mean, I do know these are the periods where fear is a little bit high in the market and people don't really like to be buying or be bullish on the markets. But this is indeed signals that clearly show us reaccumulation. And of course, I can back my thoughts here, and I can back my words I'm currently saying with on-chain data analysis, and talking a little bit about some interesting reversal signals, guys. Look at this chart over here. This is the Investor 2, the 2-year moving average multiplier. And look at this green line. Every single time we touch this green line or be below the green line, it is the best buying opportunity. The best buying opportunities occur once Bitcoin is trading below this green line here. And I just can't stress enough about it. I just can't. I don't know why people don't see this, but this is absolutely one of the biggest opportunities you're having in a lifetime right now. And many people don't see this still. So this is, of course, a tool. This is a calculation by the moving average 730 divided by the Bitcoin price, and the 730 times 5 divided by the Bitcoin price. So this is, of course, a pretty interesting metrics what we're currently looking at. You can clearly see always once we're trading below it, it can take sometimes a while before reaccumulating, but this is definitely one of the biggest opportunities we are having in a lifetime. And of course, once we're trading above it, it is overbought, but we have not been in the overbought stage yet here, and that is also a reason why I'm going to say Bitcoin is in a 1.5 year reaccumulation phase before going absolutely nuts here, before going absolutely in towards that new bull market phase here. That is going to be creating the blow off top here, because yeah, Bitcoin doesn't have that blow off top yet here, and I personally still think it is likely to be happening over here in this market. Also, guys, another thing, many people are asking me what are the altcoins you're buying right now, what are the altcoins I should be buying right now. First of all, I can't give you any financial advice. Make sure to do your own research on this market. But I was looking and I saw this tweet from the real plan C, right? Absolutely. Oh, wait. Absolutely amazing tweet here. I absolutely loved it. And this is exactly the reason why I am also buying these coins here. He's explaining it very well here. 98% of the cryptocurrency projects will go to zero. And over the next 10 years, highest probability to be here in 10 years, guys. So I mean, I totally agree with him, no financial advice, but if you're going to be making investments in the cryptocurrency space here, I should always look at indeed coins that are going to stick around for the long term here, so like Bitcoin, Ethereum, but also he mentioned multi-billion dollar profitable companies with proven business models. So BNB indeed, proven business model. They're making billions of dollars, of course, every single quarter, and they're making crazy digits here still. He's pointing out towards BNB, FTX, and Celsius. So 3 very good cryptocurrency coins here. What I personally also think is not too bad of a buy here, because really looking at those prices, if we're going to look at the BNB price action, I absolutely love it. It is cheap. It is cheap. It's a good opportunity to be buying it, right? FTX. What are we seeing over here? It's holding up still pretty well here. I totally agree. It's holding up pretty well here, but FTX also doing a particular good job here. FTX doing pretty well here, holding up that $30 range here. So also a good buy here. Celsius also, if you look at Celsius, it has been dropping off massively. And get me towards the right chart. But Celsius also holding up pretty well here. And that is, of course, I can't figure a better chart out, actually. Yeah, Celsius also holding up pretty well here, making it very interesting to be looking at it right now. And that is, of course, also a huge opportunity. Celsius trading on 80 cents right now here, looking pretty interesting. I mean, yeah, it is dropping. It's a falling knife here, but this is indeed a proven cryptocurrency industry that is making billions of dollars, and that's probably going to be moving up their token eventually. So these are, of course, very good coins to be looking at in bear markets, and also the reason why I first initially bought BNB, and I made a bunch of money with my friends back in 2018, 2019 with BNB. Because I literally was working at McDonald's, and in my break at McDonald's, me and my friend that were working there at that point bought into BNB, and our theory behind buying BNB was, once the bull market comes for Bitcoin, many people will be using Binance, and that will be pumping up the token like crazy. So, of course, did our theory work? Yes, it did work. And I mean, this is still a proven strategy that is working, in my opinion. Once the next run-up comes here, coins like BNB are going to be absolutely skyrocket, because people are going to use the exchange, people are going to get exposed to the token, and I mean, it's just obvious. It's obvious, and of course, BNB is also one of the most innovation-driven companies. I mean, they're having one of the biggest blockchain teams out there. So they're really focused on innovation. They're really focused on making the next step here in the cryptocurrency industry to be, of course, such big of a company. So I don't think it is all too bad here for BNB here. Yes, the pattern, or yes, we are not looking so beautiful on the chart, but look at this chart already. We almost can't do any technical analysis on this chart, because this is absolutely a high volatile cryptocurrency that definitely would love to do its own thing here. Of course, it is breaking down of a Barcelona support line, but I am just investing where my mouth is, right? I invest with my head. I invest in like some people invest purely, oh, this is a good moment to be buying in terms of the charts. I do that as well myself, but that is more for these shitty projects. But for projects where I actually believe in, for projects where I actually see value in, I step in differently. I dollar cost average. I just dollar cost average. And that is also with BNB. And BNB is my most favorite one of these. But definitely big shout out to the real plan C here. So it's absolutely amazing to see this. Then further going in towards the charts here, guys, whales are buying, and many people don't see this. I don't get it. We've been seeing an increase in whale activity for the last basically week here. We've never seen such big of a whale spike here in terms of the activity, how much whales are trading. So first of all, what clearly shows me this, and give me 1 second, by the way. What clearly shows me what is currently happening is the whales are manipulating the market, because, yeah, we have never seen so much activity, first of all. But second of all, we have never seen such a big of an increase since basically beginning of 2020. We've never, sorry, end of 2020. We've never seen so much whales stepping in towards this market since 2020. We've been trading in an uptrend in terms of whales accumulation. Big players are buying, and it is happening once again here. Many people are not seeing it. Just like last time around, people were not seeing it here in the beginning of this massive rally towards the upside. There were some whales buying in towards Bitcoin. There were, of course, an approximately 60,000 Bitcoins getting bought by insane big whales here. And here, another 80,000 Bitcoins getting bought here. And I just don't get it. People don't see it apparently, but once again, it happened again. More whales are buying. Also, look at the 100 plus addresses whales. They have been also accumulating, but also look at the 10 plus addresses on Bitcoin have been also accumulated in this range here. Also, the 1 plus Bitcoin has been going absolutely skyrocket. So there's absolutely a big amount of accumulation going around here. And there's definitely a change of guard right now from those short-term holders that are extremely panicking to these new term holders on the market. And also look at the addresses with non-zero balance. What does this mean? This is basically how much addresses having at least a Bitcoin on it. And you look at this. These are addresses with at least 0.01 Bitcoin or at least one Bitcoin on it, you know, with some Bitcoin on their wallet, right? What I'm saying, with at least a Satoshi on their wallet. And what can we see about this chart? We can clearly see there is growth on the network, and you know what this chart is telling you. If you don't know what this chart is telling you, I mean, I will be explaining it to you. Bitcoin trends up with time, so don't bet against Bitcoin. That is what this chart is telling you. Bitcoin trends up with time. Guys, do know this. Bitcoin trends up with time. It comes down with time. And that's why you invest for the long term. Don't be crying in a corner if Bitcoin comes down tomorrow. No. Make sure to be benefiting from it. And of course, make sure to do your own research, but it's definitely one of a crazy opportunity out there. And also, guys, what I'm currently seeing here is PrimeX. I've got you guys covered. And let me quickly search this up, by the way, here. Give me a second, by the way. Let me go back over this in a second here. But let me talk about Terra Luna, guys. Let me talk about Terra Luna first. So, what is going on with Terra Luna? They are saying they're having a recovery plan. Do I personally think that this recovery plan is going to be working? I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the recovery plan. And let me know, guys, in the chat here. Do you like the recovery plan? I think it is absolutely. I mean, it's good that they're at least trying to do something. That is definitely very good from them. But actually, I don't really like it. Why? It's because of this. So, here is what they are basically saying here. This is their recovery plan. The Terra Luna community must reconstitute the chain to preserve the community and the developer ecosystem. Validators should reset the network ownership to 1 billion tokens and distribute them among, and guys, they're basically going back. They're going to be rewinding the blockchain, and they're going to be setting $1 billion 1 billion tokens. And you know what is going to be happening? So 40% of these tokens will be getting distributed to Luna holders before the depacking. So 40% of those tokens will be getting the deepest. It will be giving back towards the Luna holders before the event that the US Terra stablecoin went below $1. The other 40% is going to go to the stablecoin holders, and yeah, that's all. That's okay. Cool. And the other 10% is going to go to Luna holders at the final moment of the chain halt. So last minute, a margin Luna buyers should be compensated with their roll. So if you bought Luna in that massive correction, you're going to get only 10% back from this whole supply. And the other 10% is going to go in towards a community pool to fund future development. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to rewind everything. They're going to use the money that's currently in the system. And for everyone who did clearly bought in towards Luna right now is absolutely screwed. And for everyone who sold Luna after the depack is making a ton of money right now. I mean, they're screwing us over. I don't think this is good, right? They screw it over, and they're trying to solve it, and I can tell you exactly what is going to be happening. If they're going to do this, it's going to crash again, because everyone lost their faith. I mean, if you're still having faith in Terra Luna, you're crazy. I don't believe in it anymore. I think it's terrible. We can clearly see algorithmic stablecoins does clearly fail, and it doesn't work. So don't try it again here, and it will be failing again here if the market volatility comes. So yeah, I personally think it will be an event where right away a large amount of these investors will be pulling their money out of it. I wouldn't definitely buy Luna right now, because if you're going to be buying Luna right now, you will be basically getting screwed over, because you're only going to get 10% of that supply back here. I don't think it's very, very fair. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, please check this out here. I think it's absolutely terrible. I mean, yeah, they're trying to do something. They're trying to revive the Terra ecosystem, but they already screwed up, in my opinion. They already screwed up, and they're trying to fix something that is already broken. And, of course, if they fix it, it will be getting broken once again here. So, Luna is fine. I mean, yeah, some people will argue Luna is fine, but, of course, still, if they're going to rewind it, first of all, they will have... well, let me see what their total market cap is. And I don't get it why many people are still buying Luna. So, I mean, you're literally losing your money. You're burning your money up here. But apparently, I am the one that is not so smart. Like, it's currently having a 1.4 billion US dollar market cap. So, it is trading, it's having a 1.4 billion US dollar market cap. And it will be having approximately 1 billion tokens. What means that the price will be $1.50 of the token. What still means you lost a bunch of money, and you will be not get many of these tokens back here, because this price will be irrelevant. It will be basically redistributed, and you will probably have less money than you have right now invested in Terra, because that's basically how the redistribution is going to go here. So no, I'm not a huge fan of it. Yeah, they're trying to revive it, but I personally lost my faith in it. I don't understand how people will even still have faith in Terra Luna right now. Let me know. Is anyone in the chat here having still faith in Terra Luna? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm not a huge fan of Terra. I've never been a huge fan of Terra. I've never bought it. And I mean, I have been experiencing some. I've been trying some things with Terra Luna, but of course we can clearly see algorithmic stablecoins do fail. They fell. All of them fell. So is this one going to be, if they're going to revive it, is it going to be anything different? No, I don't think so. And it will be probably. Like, there will be probably screw over the whole cryptocurrency industry once again, like they did right now. Because due to Terra Luna, we had this massive correction, guys. So, that's definitely interesting. A set of 1x long here. You can't long that if they're going to put the market back here again. So, yeah, pretty interesting. Also, guys, I want to be pointing out PrimeX here. This is absolutely crazy. I started to work together with this platform, and you know why? It's because, first of all, they got copy trading. We can copy trade each other here on this platform, so I will be also getting myself an account here, and I will be doing some trades over here. I will be not doing many trades, only very low risk trades here on PrimeX here, because yeah, I will be trying to get myself a copy trading account, so you can follow me. So if you're interested in trading here on PrimeX, check out the link in the description. Second high link in the description right now here. And you know what's very nice about PrimeX here? We do know that the dollar index is absolutely skyrocketing right now, right? We do know S&P is falling very hard, and the nice part about this is that you can trade the dollar index, you can trade S&P, you can trade gold, and you can trade it all with Bitcoin. So make sure to check out the link in the description. PrimeX is definitely the next platform, the next big platform out there. So you definitely should be checking it out here. It also won some very crazy awards. It won the most craziest Forex award. It also won the best platform for margin trading, and it also won the best crypto trading app here. They have way more futures and way more options than other cryptocurrency exchanges. So definitely very exciting. And of course, you know what gets myself the most exciting is that that copy trading. So make sure to get yourself an account in the link description. Use the code CryptoRover to get a very sick deposit bonus, $7,000 right now, guys, and it's an approximately 7% for everyone for every deposit. So if you deposit $100, you will get $7 for free. If you deposit $1,000, you will get $70 for free. So it's definitely worth to check out right now in the link in the description. But yeah, let's talk a little bit further. We've been already live for 40 minutes right now here. Yes, Luna, comeback. I trust on it. I mean, guys, let me make a poll. Who still believes in Luna? Who still believes in Luna? Do you still believe? So make sure to vote on this poll. I mean, I'm very curious. Do people actually still believe in Luna? I have no faith. I have no faith. Actually, no faith. I have absolutely no faith. I don't know. I'm not really being bearish here. I mean, I am. You definitely should watch the video first of all. I just want to be having my money back. I totally get it, and that's why it's going to be failing once again, Luke. Because once the system, the ecosystem is going to getting revived here, probably everyone wants to have their money back here. Yeah, that's the problem. So let me make sure to vote here. Luna's going to the moon, lol. I mean, let's see. I mean, I just don't think the large institutions right now still have faith in Luna, so I don't really think it will be driving much higher in price, you know. Jeff Casper, it's for me the same. I've never holded Luna. So I'm a very happy man, of course. I do feel terrible for everyone who did invest in it. But I don't like algorithmic stablecoins. I've never done, and I personally think the next algorithmic stablecoin that's going to come out, I will be shorting it like crazy. And of course, if Luna gets revived, guys, I will be the one that's putting up a crazy short order over there, man, because I don't want to do this. I mean, I want to be catching that trade towards the downside, because I personally think there will be a huge redistribution towards the downside for Luna. Most of my network is in this. I feel absolutely terrible for you. Oh, you're talking about ApeCoin. I mean, guys, be careful with ApeCoin. It has been bouncing very hard, I do know, but this is also a coin that is probably going to fall down massively. Why? Is because if you have got a Bored Ape here, you're just withdrawing your money right now because you're getting free tokens, right? So I don't want to. I don't like ApeCoin. I mean, I think Bored Apes are very good here. I do think that like the NFT industry is a big bubble right now and it's bursting, and that's why I personally think ApeCoin is going to come down here. I don't really like ApeCoin too much here. It has been performing way too well here. It did caught a little bit too much hype, and personally, yeah, it has been bouncing hard, but it will be probably fall down even further. So I'm currently not long on ApeCoin. I am currently staying away from it, and I personally think the risk is extremely high for holding this cryptocurrency. Of course, if we do confirm an uptrend for, let's say, Bitcoin, ApeCoin could be a very good buy. But right now, still, we are not confirmed that uptrend for Bitcoin, so the ApeCoin industry is not not the best investment right now, in my opinion. So yeah, let's see what we're going to do here. Glad I didn't FOMO into Luna. I was close. Yeah, indeed, that's very smart. And also, many people try to catch that falling knife there. And I've been warning you guys on my socials about that. Luna is definitely one coin you should not be catching here. Why? Is because they were printing a lot of new tokens, and due to that, there was basically an likely event that it was going to fall even further towards the downside. And many people lost a ton of money with Luna because they tried to be buying in towards it. And you can clearly see it was not happening. It didn't work. So please be careful. Billions of the US dollars got lost, and that is why I'm also staying away from it. I guess it is looking pretty strong for Bitcoin, right? I mean, I'm personally, for the imminent short term, Bitcoin can definitely fall a little bit more towards the downside case here, because what I'm currently seeing on Bitcoin is like we are seeing a loss of momentum on the 4-hourly time frame and an increased momentum on the RSI. So that is the imminent short term is definitely not looking all the strongest. But if we're looking and zooming out towards these daily time frames, we can see we formed the same wicks like last time around before we formed a reversal, and also like we are probably in this larger scale reaccumulation phase. So that is definitely a thing that I'm currently looking for. I am not saying the bottom is in here. I do personally think the bottom is extremely close for Bitcoin right now, and that this is not the right time to be panicking, and that this is of course the right time to accumulate Bitcoin and Ethereum, not necessarily altcoins, because if Bitcoin falls a little bit further, altcoins are going to freaking bleed here. The Bitcoin is forming similar reaccumulation stages like S&P 500, and that is personally also my my expectation over here. So yeah, let's definitely see. Let's definitely see this, how this is going to be unfold here on the price action for Bitcoin. But anyways, guys, we have been already live for 45 minutes. It was an absolutely amazing stream today here with you guys out there. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Hopefully you did learn something from it. If you haven't already seen the beginning of the stream here, in the beginning of the stream, we did discuss, of course, how Bitcoin is currently looking here, about how we are currently approaching this market, how we could be, of course, seeing and facing a multi-week reaccumulation phase on the lower side right here before potentially taking off towards the upside, and before really seeing what Bitcoin could be doing next year. So make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date about all these latest developments. Make sure to follow me on Twitter @RoverCRC in the link description. And also, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to ring the bell notification, I should say here. So, guys, anyways, thank you so much for smashing up that like button, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.